Left or right?
갈라지는 게 있는데 제가 좋아하는 얼굴이 제가 오른쪽이고 왼쪽이거든요.
이거예요?
그래서 괜찮지 않아?
So this next B-side is titled Fearnot in parentheses between you, me, and Lampost. Now, when I heard the bit of that preview during the highlight medley, it got me in my feels. It was so emotionally gravitating, and I could for sure feel like this is going to end up being one of my favorite songs, as it is our first fan song, everyone. We love to see it, and of course, Yeonjin in the works, not only in terms of the lyrics, but also the composing side of things with score, and of course, Megatone and Jukjae, but of course, the other members as well taking part on the lyrics. Something that I forgot to mention, the previous song, Yeonjin, was in the works on the written portion as well, so don't be too harsh on me, guys. I totally forgot to mention Yeonjin on that one. I got caught up in the moment per se. But for this one, Jukjae, I can mention that he is an incredible guitarist. He's good at drums as well. So we're going to get a good amount of that guitar work in this song. I've got to say Jukjae has been on the likes of It's Okay by D.O., one of my favorite consoling songs by EXO's D.O., Love Poem by IU. We even got 8 by IU as well. A lot of emotional songs. Yujang by Wooju Sonia as well. The list truly goes on. Many of those beautiful songs that Jukjae has taken part on, I've got to say. So let me bring it up here. Let's go. Tim singing with the acoustic guitar.
It's only between you and me.
Aww. I'm not all that strong. I hope it's only you that knows this. You help her fearless. I'm getting straight chills here. Not gonna lie. We'll build up with the drums. We'll be able to go forward. Wow. The vocal work is so beautiful, yet the lyrics are so meaningful. Even if nothing can be seen. Even when you lost your own way sometimes. Ah. Yeonjin. Oh, this song really cuts deep, but yet it's so consoling. And our story. Even when you lost your way sometimes. Even if we're walking in deep darkness. Yeah. Even if we can't always smile. It's enough as long as we're together. And we don't want that strained music to cue at all. What a song. We're all Fearnots out here, and in moments that seem like darkness, it all adds up now with the lyrics. I'm trying to hold myself together here. I'm sorry, guys. It makes so much sense with the lyrics and the titling of the song, between you, me, and the lamppost, talking about that light, right? And even during our struggling times where it doesn't seem like there is light upon us, we're in this together throughout those tough times. And together we could be under that lamppost, shining together. But most importantly, I want to point out is them opening up to Fearnots, that referencing their track Fearless. They're not necessarily fully fearless. They're fearless, and we're fearless together, like without us. That strong bond and connection is there, which I'm gonna have to point out more heavily when we get into the second watch and listen. But yeah, the in truth, she's not all fearless. That line, it just very significant in this song. A huge highlight of a line that really stuck out to me quite personally. But at the same time, like, you can help her be fearless, or help her become fearless. If I am recalling correctly, I'm gonna have to go through that line there yet again. But that one, like, directional line in verse 1 really hit hard, and that verse 2, if I recall correctly, with Kura in the mix with the lamppost, really stood out to me as well. So let me bring it up here. But I love especially how we get to hone in on the vocal work by the members in this fan song.
모두 깊게 잠들어 버린 어느 밤 집에 가는 길 날 비춰주는 줄기빛.
It's the emotion that's being
It's only between you and me.
poured out by all the members.
솔직히 말해 난 그토록 강하진 않아.
And this is where it is right away. To be honest, I'm not all strong.
너만 알고 있으면 좋겠어. In truth, she's not all fearless.
In truth, she's not all fearless, but you help her fearless. And this is where you can truly sense the influence by Yeonjin on not only like the lyrics, but the production end of things. This takes the more so power ballad route. I'm sorry. The power ballad route. The power ballad route with a bit of like indie country influences in this song, I've got to say, everyone.
But you help her fearless. 아름답게 glow.
That strumming, so beautiful on the guitar. I'm sure it's Jukjae and someone else on this for the guitar work, so I won't be afraid anymore. Steady pace drum kit work, the guitar that just rips out ever so often. It hits you deep down inside. This is our story. And then Fearnot. In a way, you could really sense the bloom in our story. Fearnot. It could connect in a way to us as well. That's a play on words, ain't it? The more I look at it, I might be mistaken, but like the vocal direction, like I feel like not only like score and megatone, Jukjae in the works with the vocal direction, I feel like Yeonjin might have played some sort of kind of role in the vocal direction of this. Just the way that they're delivering their lines is so beautifully done. This vocal layering during Kura's moment in verse 2 is so beautiful. Under the lamppost, you and I, under the glow. I will tell you something. I cannot say even just once more. I can't stand without your light. I love that connection there with the lamppost. It just feels like almost I can envision like Fearnot's, even though there's a lot of us, right? We're on that local bench at the park with all the members in Sserafim, and there's just this one-on-one conversation that, even though it can seem very difficult and impossible even, we will always find our way. We'll always find that light, together. We will be here together as we go on in our lives. So this very vulnerable side that we're getting from Sserafim is powerful, I've got to say. The fact that they've mustered the courage to come through with these kind of lyrics, you gotta commend them without a doubt on that end. I can't stand without your light. Ooh. Yeonjin. Very pristine with the vocal work too, and all. I love how it's mixed and mastered. It's clear, right? Their vocal work, it's in the forefront. Juha has her moments too in this song. And the intentions here, lights down, off the screen, off the stage someday, even if nothing can be seen. Nothing can be seen in our lives, even if we're lost in our own ways, in our own lives. Sometimes it happens. They believe in us, I'm sure, on my way, right? And I feel like we gotta reach out to them. It was like, we believe in Sserafim too, so there's that correlation there. And we're walking in deep darkness. You and I will sing together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That follow up with the hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, adds so much depth to the song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sserafim, for literally everything, and for this fan song. It just means so much to us. This song, it got me tearing up, and I think on my own time it will, as I listen to this song here and there, but can be a consoling song for sure, I've got to say. And yeah, that verse 1 and verse 2 was so empowering and powerful, so consoling, and it has an opening, beautiful message. The truth is, like, we're not necessarily fearless, but we can become fearless with your help, with your support, together as a whole. And then that follow up with the lamppost, with Kura being under the same lamppost and finding light in this dark, cruel, cold world. It just, oh my god, just cuts. But guys, let's try. I'm gonna try my very best to continue this first listen and album review, and let's just get into the next track now. So this next song is titled Flash Forward, aka the song where I truly believe it's very fitting for a brand new season intro slash outro for Lennyverse, everyone. Hopefully it comes into fruition. Either way, I'm just so glad to be here to experience yet again another beautiful song that's gonna be assuming Lee, but I am seeing yet again PNP in the works, right? But I'm seeing Alexander Carlson as well. Alexander Carlson has worked with Gohan Sonia in the past before, if I recall correctly, the likes of Q&A by Cherry Bullet, Follow Me, one of my favorite songs by Cherry Bullet as well. Has worked with TXT in the past before, but let me bring it up here. Flash Forward. Let's go. Love the snap in here. Ooh, like the bass guitar. Door of the Future. Fearlessly do it. Love the synthesizer strings. Not impossible. Hey. Oh. Aw, this song is so sweet and cute. Aw. Oh. Quite playful delivery here, which I like. Okay. Dude, this song. I really love the tropes in it. And guys, the layering too. Mission Impossible. Love that wood block work too. Oh. You and I. Yes, kara. Ooh, yeah, I really love the digital elements in the song. Oh. Oh. The chords here, though. Oh, I love the panning of the vocal work on the left and right side of our ears. It's so satisfying. Oh, and it wraps up with Yunjin there. Wow, what a sweet, adorable song I've got to say. All in all, the bridge really stood out to me in terms of how the chords go. I love bringing back Fearless, but also Not Afraid as well, in terms of, you know, intentions being together, flash forward into the future per se, I've got to say. So yeah, just moving on from, like, if we think about the early days of *Sserafim* and then now with, like, Fearlessly Fall in Love, being Not Afraid, very straightforward with it. I get it here in terms of the intentions behind flash forward here, I've got to say. So wow, all in all, I love the arrangement to this song. It's very sweet with it. It's easy to listen to at the same time, I've got to say. So yeah, definitely a song that I could sense myself enjoying every single time as an intro or outro together for the upcoming season of Lennyverse. Really hope it ends up being the case. I can't emphasize that enough because it has that leisure, you know, go in the park kind of feel. Have fun with it and all. I do sense that influence by Alexander Carlson, I've got to say, but that synthesizer work, the combination of like synthesizers and like synth lines that we were getting in there was really cool, between everything else that was being done with the bass guitar, it feels like, and some chord work on the keyboard and all. But let me bring it back up here. I think one member that really stood out to me the most was definitely Juha during that verse 2. See what I'm saying with the synthesizers? Beautiful verse 1 by Chaewon. I know it's you, and then adding in Blue. Both laughing and crying like a movie. Just the ooh, ooh, ooh. I love it by the members here. Unstoppable. Unstoppable, impossible, that emphasis there during midway through these lines. I love it. Hey, oh, I'm not even surprised if the members were instructed to be in the studio together and be like, hey, oh, would really love to see that in some sort of behind the scenes thing. Usually it ends up being the case in the studio where they bring the members together and do something like this. I have heard from insiders, and thanks to some singer-songwriters commenting on my videos about it. I love that wood block percussion like work in the back too. You. I love the vocal tropes that we get in here. It's not so linear. It goes up and down and up and down. And then this verse 2 was Juha. Yes. I love how she's very chillax with it. 4 seasons. Nah, give 'em. And how they work off each other, the follow-up with Yeonjun and Takura was just smoothly done. Can we appreciate the transitions between the sections and during these sections, I've got to say. Woo! I heard that. Love that Mission Possible, that follow-up there too. So all in all, that like ad-lib work, that background like doubling addition with the members and Yeonjun, it sticks. Let me bring it up here further, that what I want to get into here. Oh yeah, right here. I love how the chords are done differently here, and they bring it back slightly with the mood and all and the overall vibes, right? It's not done differently. It sounds similar, like it's got the same lines and all, but just the chords on the keyboard really switches it up here. Feels like this journeying off kind of moment. Wood sticks, some sort of percussion work. You and I, you and I, you and I, you and I. Just that follow-up with the rest of the members and all. But yeah, all in all, I feel like this song really suits Sserafim almost to the point where I would love to hear them rock something similar in the future, something in terms of this mood I've got to say. It would work a lot for them to continue something cute and sweet like this, not like overly cutesy, you know, bubblegum pop kind of manner. I'm like these like leisure, like relaxing, easy to listen to songs I've got to say. And yeah, like I said, really hope this goes ahead and ends up somehow being in Lennyverse. It could be referenced in some moment, background music, but as an intro and outro, man, oh man, it fits so perfectly, I've got to say, everyone. But let's just get into the final B-side, and then we'll wrap things up now, shall we? So last but not least, we have Fire in the Belly. Quite admittedly, I felt a lot of Latin influences after listening to the highlight medley when hearing the preview for Fire in the Belly. What a titling of a song. So I feel like this song is gonna be complete fire, something that you could dance along to, thump your feet to, and have fun with it. I feel like I'm seeing Kyler Nico. Kyler Nico has worked with Sserafim in the past before. Title track wise, likes of Fearless, Unforgiven of course, has worked with Twice and all. So a lot of huge notable names out there. I've got to say Annie Judith Wick though. Annie Judith Wick from D-Sign Music, that whole collective that I'm slowly but surely familiarizing with, has worked with a lot of SM artists. Twice, specifically Annie has worked on Like Water by Red Velvet's Wendy, of course. So let's just see how this plays out lyrically, overall soundscape wise. Let's go. Oh, the clapping, it's very clear here. Ooh, love that drum work, tambourine. Ooh. Okay, Chaewon. Very upbeat with it. You could dance along to it for sure. Very dramatic with it by Yeonjin. And obviously coming through with Spanish Fuego. Oh! 1, 2, 3. Aventura. Hey. Burning fiercely. Fiercely. Jua! You didn't have to pop off like this. Hey. Hey. Some sort of cowbell work that's tingin'. pots and pans. Like, this percussion work, love it. I love how they bring it together here. Woo. The Odyssey. Ooh. This song is quite fire and spicy with it for sure. You be my teammate. No way they're bringing this reference. Ole, 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 ole. You know, in football. Ole, ole, ole. I want to sing the rest of Ole, ole, ole though. Ole, 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 ole. Oh, some vocal flourishes. Woo. That brass line though, like a sax. What a song, everyone. Like, come on. Making sure there's nothing else. Yeah, perfect. Fire in the Belly. What a complete Fire Fuego song, am I right? But that outro with ole, 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 you know, when something good happens in football, when a goal is scored in a game and all. I'm a huge fan of certain sports and all, but I do definitely know that reference. Like this, the ole ole reference should be universal, I've got to say. You guys should know it by now, and I can imagine Sserafim playing football and then this cues up in the background. Maybe that might even happen for Lennyverse. Maybe that ends up happening and coming into fruition, and just how it's being done, right? Not only instrumentally with the Latin influences and all on the with the beat and all. The members really deliver in a dramatic kind of flashy manner, I've got to say, with the vocal work, which is very fitting. Like, sure, one may think at first, Latin influences, they're there, but they are fully, completely there. And that's something that I wish groups would do more often, not necessarily with the Latin influences, with certain genres, where it's Latin, disco. Don't go halfway, go all the way. You don't have to always mix and match genres all the time, you know what I'm saying? And Sserafim, it goes to show you their range is expanding. Their discography is expanding throughout several different genres and influences, combination of genres or set influences and genres that you cannot imagine and predict what Sserafim's gonna do. And I like how they're doing that. And they just ended it off on a fire dance-alongable, sing-alongable song. Great ole, ole, ole chant and all, you know. It doesn't, like, necessarily, you know, connect with every other track that's going on in this album, but, like, the Aventura, I feel like assumingly that means adventure. Well, it should be translation, because assumingly there is that, Aventura mean in English? Adventure, yeah. Assuming, yeah, it's adventure. It means adventure. They're talking about burning as, well, it does connect in a way, too. Not in a deep kind of way and style, I've got to say. But all in all, really fun song to end it off in a bang like that. So let me bring it up here, point things out. I think Jua, wow, surprised me yet again. Kura, she surprised me yet again. I feel it's like nearing the end of this album, we getting huge, even more huge, significant parts by those two members, specifically the J line. Even Unche shined in this. There's tambourine on our right side. Sometimes we get shakers, I believe. Boop, boop, boop. That saxophone, that brass flashy work in the back there, it sticks. See what I'm saying, Kara? See what I'm saying, Jua? I love the dramatic delivery in the line that's okay. Oh, it makes me really want to get up and dance. Break out some of my high school dance moves. Wow, wow. Hearing the side to Jua is absolutely amazing. Can we just appreciate the side to Jua in the song? This journey sparks, so it does connect quite a bit, but not in a deep and meaningful kind of journey, adventure, flames, burning. It all ties along to the other songs and this whole brand new era. Wait a second. Yeah, I almost skipped this prominent part that I wanted to point out. Feel it, this vibration sounds like a monster, maybe King Kong. The King Kong line. Woo. Just the clinging and clanging. Capi. Just the emphasis on the certain lines too, so good. You be my teammate, and then ole, 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 ole. I love how they bring that reference in. That sort of interjection of it from the game of football. And we even get vocal flourishes here. Wow, wow. Wait for it. Ole, ole, ole. The journey spark has burst into flames. Ooh. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just thinking Unforgiven and now Fire in the Belly from title track to this song at the end. I feel like it just makes so much sense at the early stages of this first listen, or part one of this first listen that you're seeing, or this whole coverage on my Patreon non-stop skip, because we do have problems just releasing the whole coverage on the channel here from top label artists. But all in all, let me bring up the track listing here. So this is a cohesive first studio album. I think without a doubt this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Burn the Bridge, I like how it was quite different comparably to the other intro tracks from previous eras. Surprising moments like the English lines by Jua, sure, Korean lines by Yeonjin, and we even got Chaewon in the mix too. And we got dazzling moments by Kura and Eunchae, especially Kura, I gotta say. I can't emphasize that enough, right? Unforgiven, I think it really works as the title track, and I love how it carried on from Anti-Fragile, I've got to say, and just the intentions purpose, as I explained. And then No Return, the follow-up from Unforgiven, more so punk pop heavy with disco influences and rock as well. A lot of emphasis on the chorus, no bridge at all, but that song really stood out to me, and just hearing it in full was beautiful. Eve, Psyche, and Bluebeard's wife really surprised me for sure, because that preview is very short for the Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's wife. But beyond what knowing, when we know behind those stories, carrying it on and like understanding what it's supposed to be about, the empowerment, not conforming to norms, and not doing things that like the industry and society should be done, seeing like, you should be doing this, you should be acting this way, you should be a doll. No, screw that nonsense. I'm gonna keep doing my own thing. Fearnot, though, our first album, band song, and all that, it's, in truth, I am not fearless, and without you, I am with you, I am more so fearless. And then that lamppost follow-up with Kura in verse 2, right? So as we go into the second half of things, I'm sensing more of Kura and Juha, right? Highlight of a moments more heavily in terms of lines, I've got to say, especially Flash Forward and Fire in the Belly, I've got to say. You could totally feel Yeonjin's influence in Fearnot. Between you, me, and the lamppost and all. And I feel like I'm gonna listen to that song a lot, and it's gonna be a consoling song for sure throughout the good times and dark times in life as well. So I appreciate Yeonjin, the Sserafim as a whole, coming through at that song, very detailed in the lyrics and the lyricism of that song. Flash Forward, yes, yes, yes. I love how it feels like it's almost a follow-up from Good Parts, in a way, if you think about it. And also it works potentially for Lenny verse. I sound like a broken record, but it sounds so nice and lovely. It's very fitting for the season of summer. And then last but not least, Fire in the Belly, the Latin influence, and I feel like inspired song. They own it. I wouldn't necessarily say they own the genre. Let me reword it here properly. They absolutely slay it, and all, and it shows that they could do a completely different side of them that you cannot expect, and they're gonna continue to do it like that. The Ole 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 got to me a lot, quite admittedly. And also, all in all, I feel like this song is very cohesive to the point where you should be listening these songs in order, like all the way from the intro track, Burn the Bridge, into Unforgiven. And then No Return is that perfect follow-up from Unforgiven. And then a follow-up that is slightly more experimental, puts you in trance, has a bit of house influences, quite admittedly, with Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's wife, I've got to say. The fan song, I think it was perfectly fit there, but that follow-up of something more straightforward was Flash Forward. And then Fire in the Belly, something more chant-like and fun with it for all to enjoy. So 10 out of 10 for me. Now, which one is my favorite song, everyone? It is hard. It is hard to pick a favorite here. I think so far, surprisingly enough, I gotta go with No Return into the Unknown, I've got to say. Now, I could be, completely different in how the way I feel about these B-sides in terms of my favorites, because you gotta give me 2 weeks tops for any album, I've got to say, that has this kind of quality where you can't skip any of the B-sides. So I would say No Return into the Unknown, right? Then I would have to go Fearnot, Between You, Me, and the Lamppost, because that song is super emotional, and I'm such a sucker for power ballads. Also, power ballads that can take that country, slight twang of country, but also what is this indie influence as well. So that song, the fan song. Then I would have to go with Eve, Psyche, and the Bluebeard's wife, and then Fire in the Belly, slightly above Flash Forward. They go hand in hand together. And then Burn the Bridge, you gotta appreciate for what it is and enjoy it for what it is, I've got to say. It's in its own lane. You can't really rate it because it is the intro track, but it's a full-blown experience to enhance our experience for Unforgiven, featuring now Rogers. So let me know your favorites, guys. If you made it this far, congrats. I'm sorry if I forgot to mention some shoutouts. I always want to give credit where credit is due, but there's some singer-songwriters, producers, production teams that I do miss time to time. But there's one thing that I want to emphasize on this channel is you always got to give credit where credit is due. You know, people behind the scenes in the K-pop scene, they work a hard amount of hours and time and take the due diligence in music most of the time, and you got to appreciate them working with Sserafim here, as well as thank you to the members being a part pretty much all the lyrics for Fearnot, the fan song, and Yunjin herself, and as well as the likes of Jukjae in that song. I can't emphasize that enough. Has been a part of a lot of my favorite songs. Also, Raise Your Glass by Yunjin as well with the guitar and all, if I'm not mistaken, if I recall correctly. So let me know your favorites. You can give me an order, you cannot give me an order. Stay tuned for my coverage of course, the performances for each and every respective song that will drop soon on the channel. But if you guys want that early access, be sure to check out the Patreon, as well as I believe we have 2 days, one night, 2 days episode segment with Sserafim in this brand new era that we will be covering on the channel here. Or then again, it's like it's already covered on Patreon, but it might not make the channel because of copyright things. And also feel free to check out the Patreon. There's free content for Sserafim and other free K-pop content, as well as exclusive early access stuff. It helps out the channel a lot, but you're not obligated to, you know, support the channel monetarily. You can simply subscribe, as well as like and subscribe, as it goes a long way and helps the channel. I got it switched there, but I can't emphasize that enough. It helps out the channel a lot. It's a free thing to do to stay updated and stay in tune when it comes to the channel here. Take care as always, though. This has been Garrison, and peace.